on Facebook. That's us there. Okay, so it needs to be a bit of a delay. Hold on, I'll put that back down. There. So are we on Facebook? Watch TV. Yes, we are. I'm apologising. This is the first time I've done plenty of Teams meetings, but I've never actually done a Facebook Live before, so I hope this is actually working. For those that don't know me already, I'm Wilma Bowie, and I'm the one that's probably been pestering you all with emails.
She's very good at that.
Yes, I'm good at pestering folk with emails and doing quite a bit of the Facebook and social media and TikTok and all that other kind of things. And you all know Judith.
Hi folks, hope you're all well. It's been a great day again, so here's hoping that we get another few more of these by the end. I think I've still got snow in the mountains up here anyway. So
yes,
yeah.
I picked the wrong week for my holidays. Last week, lovely sunshine. This week, Wilma's on holiday and with hailstones and snow yesterday.
Yeah. Just the usual. So we're here the night and we're just going to just give you a wee bit of an update about Chain.
Hi Jane.
Hi Jane, how are you?
Hiya. We're going to try and answer some questions. If we have time, we're going to be approximately half an hour. So if we have time and we see questions pop up, we will try and answer them if and when we can.
Okay. Yep, so it looks as if we're just a wee bit delay on what our Facebook is to what we're actually seeing here.
Right.
So we'll try and work it out between the two of us.
Yes.
So we'll just give you a wee bit of an update. We are still in the process of in talks with Scottish Canals. They have gotten back to us, so yeah, we're just waiting for that. All the risk assessments have been done. All the yeah, that was a mammoth task.
It was a chav and a half, as they would say.
It absolutely was. So we got all that done. So yes, that's been done and that's been all submitted. We're still waiting for word back from different parts along the canal because there's some challenging areas in there. So we're just waiting for that. I'm still on track to get my camper van and head on down between Edinburgh and Glasgow. I'm going to take a week's holidays. Didn't I tell my boss? She doesn't know yet. I'm going to take a week's holidays and I'm going to hopefully walk the whole length of it. So that I'm aware then of each an individual part. At this point, we'll say thank you very much for anybody that has sent in videos, updates, etc. of any of the sections that we've got. So just to go along with things, it's still the 66-mile route at the moment. So that 66 miles has been then pulled down into 11 sections, and within that 11 sections there's going to be 1 mile section, so that we're going to be classing them as links. So we've got 11 links in one section. Is that right?
We've got 11 sections with approximately 6 to 8 links. It all depends on where there's a suitable meeting point.
Yeah.
And one of our other admin, Phil, he is working away tirelessly in the background just now, trying to do an interactive map.
Yeah.
It's not one that you could click on and load your name into, but it's one that you could click on and see the area and find out what's round about. He's also doing a list of the amenities round about.
Yes.
And what our ideal picture would be, and whether it's possible or not. One of the other admin, it's
When they mention names, it's
fine. When I mention names, okay. Right. One of the other admin is looking into the possibility of maybe a web page that we can. Our idea is that we would have all the links. You would be able to click onto the link, see where it's at, and add your name into that link.
Yeah.
You'd be the only one that would see your name, but you'd be counted as a number in that link. Whether that is something that's actually feasible and possible, we're looking into that at the moment, but that is sort of the idea of what we would like to do, because Scots being Scots, we'll probably leave things till the last minute, see what everybody's doing, see what the weather's going to be like that week, and unfortunately, poor little us cannot contend with 20,000 applicants into links all within a week's space of
Yeah.
time.
So it's about planning and preparation. I think that's and that's one of the reasons that Siobhan, the founder of Chain of Freedom, she actually said we need to release it now so as we can get things in place, people can make plans, etc. And the reason why we had to wait for that 8-week period to start off with was that we couldn't do anything until we'd actually heard word back from the Scottish Canals. Now they have recognised and they have registered that. However, they are still waiting to go through all their own health and safety. As you can imagine, that 66-mile route is phenomenal. So it's trying to get everybody organised. But our job at the moment, whilst they deal with that part of it, our job just now is to try and enthuse people to register. If you don't register, we're not going to get the links complete. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, we've gotten to the stage where like this, we're banging our heads against a brick wall. There are lots of people out there saying, oh, well, we'll wait till nearer the time. Well, you wait till nearer the time. We've not filled up the links by that time. So it's really, really important that we get the numbers, the groups. So register your group, get it in there. I'm part of InverYes, as you all know. And we've done some fantastic things. So we've already got badges. We've got our badges on.
Up the side, sorry. We're back to front in this screen. We've got our badges.
But we've got flyers on the go, and that's just with the InverYes bits on the back. Now you can actually update this. We've got another one coming which is updated, and it's actually got a QR code on it as well. Now these are all available actually on the Facebook page. If you go into the files part, you can get them in there, or indeed just message somebody and say, can we possibly get that till we get flyers going? Now we put these out wherever we're at in InverYes. We've got another bridge walk on Saturday, and we'll be handing them out to everybody that's coming. We had quite a few visitors up on Saturday just past, because there was the ETAP cycle run here in Inverness, and there was a lot of people came in, and it was fantastic. We had a gent come all the way from the Borders and came up, and he was like, oh, can you tell me more about this? Well, that's what he specifically come up for. So it was fantastic. So he's managed to get himself signed up. He's actually said, right, I'll go and enthuse my group so as we can get things done. So InverYes at the moment, we've got something like, I think there's 4 different Yes groups that's actually said they will join us. They'll join with us, and that's the whole idea. It's a joint effort. Again, InverYes have done a big fundraising for a bus to go down, because obviously we are at the top of Scotland, so therefore buses and travel for us is quite expensive. You can imagine sort of 100 people, 200 people going down. So we've managed to raise over £500 so far.
That's excellent.
On for a bus, so that we'll manage to get a bus load to come down. So it's just about people coming along. Now, we'll go back to the same old thing, and I know I sound like Miss Jean Brodie, which I was reminded of the last time. Thank you very much. That unless you coming along and saying, I'm just going to go along to the Falkirk Wheel. Do you know what? There could be 3,000 people turn up at the Falkirk Wheel, and guess what? That 3,000 people will be responsible for breaking the link. Do not be the broken link. Okay? Please, please, please. It's got to be monitored, it's got to be managed, because of not only just for the numbers and the thought of it not working, for health and safety reasons as well. Having 3,000 people turn up on one link, that's not going to work. And for health and safety reasons, please remember we're by canals. Okay, so that is really, really, really important that everybody understands that.
Yes.
So yes, get in touch with us. We'll say to you, if you're with a group, or we can join a group. We've got something like, how many individuals have we got?
We have got 3,894 individuals that are coming. Now,
but they've not. What's happened is they have not linked up with a group. No. But however, see all these individuals. If it comes to that stage, 3,800 people.
We are just about to be joined by Simon from Yes Fountain Bridge.
Oh, fantastic! Well done.
Excellent.
So these 3,800 people, they can fill up 2 links for me. So fantastic. So we can get that done. He's just
getting himself all organised. While we're still on that topic, me being me, and as as I've said to a few people already, sorry, I'm not bossy, I'm just really organised. Okay, I did a little.
She's not. She's really bossy.
I was doing my little Blue Peter bit, and I'm going the wrong way. So this is sort of just a visual to explain why people need to register. If you register, we at the Chain of Freedom admin are able to allocate to you all along that link. So hopefully you can see this big enough. That link to ensure that we have sufficient to cover that area. If you don't, and this is our sad little faces here, if you don't register, there's going to be gaps. The chain is going to be broken. There'll be gaps with no one, and there'll be bits where with far too many people. And the day, although it'll be great because everybody's still turning up, it will not be the Chain of Freedom route. It was supposed to be right along the length and breadth of the canals in Scotland. Okay, so that was my little bit for I was playing at this afternoon. We will hopefully soon have Simon. He's in Yes Fountain Bridge. I was going through some questions with him earlier on the phone this week, and we thought it might be a nice idea if he joined us and just re-ask some of the questions that you maybe have yourselves.
That's good. We're happy with that.
Yeah.
Again, it's a case of if you're unsure, please get back to us. And again, it's about enthusing other people. We totally get that it's a long way off. Nobody knows where maybe they're going to be at that time. We actually get it. However, on the other hand, on the flip side of that, it's a date for your diary. It's going to be a great day. If we can get 75,000 people, let's be honest, at the last Edinburgh, well, not the last Edinburgh March, but one of the Edinburgh Marches that I was involved with, there was over 110,000 people. So 75,000 people out of 5 million people in Scotland is not a lot. And we've got people coming from all over the world.
We have.
All over the world.
We've got people from Australia, from France, from Italy,
lady from Sweden.
Lady from Sweden. Yeah. Yes, there's a lovely lady called Eva from Sweden, and they're coming across for the chain. There's going to be about 15 of them coming across from Sweden, and she is indeed coming across in May. Now she's coming across to Edinburgh, but she's going to be coming up to Inverness to have a nice cup of coffee or a
glass of wine
or a wee drink with Judith and I at the beginning of May. So we've got that international interest in it, as well as an international press and everything. And we know in our heads how we want this to pan out, and how sensational and eye-catching and newsworthy this could be. But it's actually just getting that across to everybody else. Get the hubs enthused, get the people enthused. Hubs out there in your weekly stalls with your leaflets, signing up new people. We've had a few people actually getting in touch, and they are off their own bat and with their own money printing off the leaflets. And yes, thank you. They're brilliant. You know who you are, especially a couple of them that have been in touch with me quite a bit.
Yeah.
And they've printed off the leaflets. They're handing them out. They're putting them into supermarkets and various other places. And just getting the word out there. The ones with the QR code, hopefully that's an even quicker way to register. And I'm not good at QR codes. For all I do at IT, I'm rubbish at QR codes. But a lot of the young in that we're trying to engage more with the young in that as well. And
I know that we've got quite a lot of young people that had come to us through stalls or indeed through the hub.
Oh, that's
and
good.
And have said yes, they will definitely go. Yes, that we've also got a QR code for the Inverness group as well, and we use that all the time. And it is a fast, speedy way of signing up to anything, which is very good. But again, it's down to I was on a Zoom call earlier this week, and no, I didn't even care what day it is this week. Well, it was earlier this week. It was Monday. I just keep thinking, I'm hoping maybe tomorrow's Friday, but it's not yet.
I'm not, because it's my holidays.
so we yes, and you know, our biggest challenge just now is trying to enthuse people. We've got such a despondency within the Yes movement, within
Can you see me?
Independence movements. So yes, it's really hard. Instead of us.
Oh, sorry. You're probably just a way to see me now speaking to. Hold on, I'll have to go back. Very sorry, we're still trying to get.
No, we can see you.
Can you still see me?
No, that's you putting up a new screen now. I think we can still hear.
You can still see us. Yes, sorry, we'll have to go back the way and back in. We're trying to get Simon on, and by trying to get Simon on, I knocked ourselves off. So Simon, I know you're in the chat there. No, we can't see you. We can't hear you either. So if you could please get your camera and your microphone, unmute your camera and your camera settings and put on your microphone as well. And I can't go into the chat because I just knocked us off. Anyway, sorry, you were saying before that.
So I was in a meeting, and it looks like at the moment we have got to, instead of trying to persuade the soft no's, we're actually trying to persuade those that voted yes and are likely to vote yes to actually get activated again. Mm-hmm. So that's quite a challenge, and it was quite, even when we started going ahead and contacting all the yes groups, etc. We found that very challenging because we thought that everybody was as active as what we are up here in Inverness, and we're very, very active. But I believe that there's lots others active, but they're not engaging in the sense that they'll commit themselves to even 5 or 10 people. I had another gent contact me from Yes Lochaber this week.
Oh, excellent!
And he's going to join Inverness as well, so they're going to join us on the link. Mm-hmm. So this is where it's all about. So even if there's only somebody had come back and that had asked me the question, there's only 3 in our group that wants to come along or can come along, what do you suggest? And my suggestion is join another group or come and join us. That's still 3 bodies. 3 bodies are still 3 bodies, you know. And so
sorry, unfortunately, me being me,
yes, I know,
I would say if there's only 3 going to join from your hub, go wider. Yep. Go into the rest of your community. Go to your friends. Go to your family. Use your street stall. Use your own Facebook. Try and engage more people. I mean, that's what we've been doing. I mean, here's me, my week's holidays, and I've spent virtually all my time doing. I've spent virtually all my time on this. Emailing, Facebooking, just trying to get in touch with lots and lots of people that
Yes, I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can't see you yet, but we can hear you.
Right.
The volume up a wee bit.
On the screen it says we've let the organizer know you're waiting.
Yes, it says that it's admitting you, but it's taken absolutely ages. Hold on, and I'll. I can't.
All right.
Simon, we could still continue with some of your questions until that's actually came up and come through. If that's okay with you.
To be honest, I'm quite happy just to talk. You know, it's you don't need to see me.
We've chatted already.
You're probably better not seeing me. Aye.
Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, we've chatted already, and then you got roped into doing this.
Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
So what questions were you actually looking to ask us? It's just the reason being, Simon, is there's probably other people out there got the very same questions as what you have. So it means that there's, you know, we can get a wider idea and an overview of what we're actually trying to achieve here. So yes, you come up to us and we'll see what we can do.
Right. I'll start off where I began and then I'll move into where it developed because there was areas that I hadn't realised about. Where it started off was just saying, is there going to be a bit more detail in terms of the links of where the chain actually is? because what I had seen was it could be anywhere between Lochran Basin and Gogor, and that's a length of 7 miles. And then it was really to see at some stage at a later point, is it going to be a bit clearer as to where we should actually be heading for, roughly speaking, rather than just going, well, we could be anywhere in a 7 mile distance.
Yeah, the short answer to that is yes. The longer answer to that is yes. We've got somebody on the case just now who's working along with his wee Google man. He's going along and finding out different points of interest, points of contact, and also areas for meeting up, etc. within that link, Simon. So yes, the answer to that is yes. He will also list down areas for facilities, where there's maybe bus stops, etc., how you can get in. So all that finer detail is in plan at this stage. Okay.
So the other thing, this came more, the original reason for getting in touch yourselves was really just about because we're in Fountainbridge in Edinburgh, we're very near a particular area, so I was very interested in the precise location we could be heading for. But in the course of the conversation, it also became clear that there was quite a difference between whether you're a group, in other words, a hub, and whether you're an individual. And it's really to have it explained what the responsibility of the hub is, and what the responsibility of the individual is as well, and how the two then interconnect and interact in the overall picture of forming this chain.
Okay, again, yes, we can easily give you some more detail just now, and it will be in written detail nearer the time. So it's a bit like, say for instance, we'll just talk about a 1 mile area, and say for instance there are five groups within that area. It's going to cover that one link. So what will happen with that five groups? They will be all linked to that. They will get individual emails with all the relevant information. Each group will be responsible for allocating stewards to that area, points of contact, first aiders who's in that point of contact as well, and that will then all link up. So that one link will have their own core team, who will then report back to, again, another core team. So it's all about interlinking all these, so all the information is coming back, so we know straight away whether we've got enough people in that link, that all the stewards have shown up, everybody is being directed to the right places, that the entry and the exit points are being used as they're intended to be. So there is, whilst we were doing the risk assessments, that's all interfaced into the risk assessment, Simon. So yes, you're absolutely correct in asking that question. But yes, we have got everything. It's hard for sometimes Wilma and I to put across what we're actually got in our heads, because in our heads it's working perfectly.
Yes.
Because we're used to working along that sort of things and organising things.
And we've envisaged it all.
Yeah.
Can I interrupt for 2 seconds here? I've just noticed that the whole live, it was playing on my own Facebook, but it wasn't, I don't think, playing on the Chain of Freedom's Facebook.
What was I?
Was it?
Jane answer, she's still on. Look.
Oh, that's okay then. That's okay. I just reshared it just now. When we were speaking about that, and like I was saying, my little board again, it was when you'd asked us what happens with the hubs. So I took your hold on, I'll put this here, see if anybody could read it. So I took your hub as an example, maybe put it back a bit. And so we've got the 7 sections, and they're all at the moment being subdivided, and they're going to be subdivided with a letter. So say, for instance, now this is just an example, it's not set in stone or anything. Section 11 will have subsections A to H. So the A to H will be hubs assigned a letter of the alphabet. So say we have got, 17 hubs that requested section 11. That 17 hubs will then be distributed between the letters A to H. So say for instance, I've taken you as an example, Simon, say Fountainbridge, we gave you 11A. there might be another 3 hubs that we allocate 11A to. So what we would hopefully be looking for was for you 3 hubs to then amalgamate, and you would have your own people that have already signed up through yourselves. We would then send you a list of everybody that we would be putting into 11A. And that is, we have the authorization from the people for GDPR, and you wouldn't actually be given their full names either, but you would be given a name to be able to contact them. So you would be given the people from A, and then, sorry if I'm getting noise,
yes, I'm still hearing you. Yes, absolutely, yes.
Okay, so you would have your hubs, you have your own hub members. What we would envisage you all doing is, once you have that, you have the individuals that we give you, but then hopefully you would start going out and promoting it. And if you've got local contacts for local press or other local groups that you can get, local radio that you can get the word out on, certainly go ahead. And in the meantime, if there's anybody else further on includes themselves in your group, we would be sending that on to you as well. What we will be asking nearer the time, and so as we can keep monitoring things, is we'll be emailing out the hubs and asking for approximate numbers. Because it's important. We do need to monitor this, because it's the only way it's going to work and be achieved. As if we can the numbers.
The hubs will be at one point responsible for feeding back to us how many numbers they've got. Every so often we will update that email and see how much there is. So we're going to have a great big wall full of all the sections and then the subsections, and then we will know which yes group is in that, and therefore we will then contact that yes group, the I group, whatever independence group they're under, and we will be able to contact them directly and then say, right, how are your numbers this week? What are your numbers today? It's just so as we can see how it's all building up. It's all about promotion.
So
yes, it is. It's getting the word out there. It's promotion. And going by the numbers that we've got already, hubs and that's signed up, you would never be in a section yourself. There wouldn't be a hub with a section all in their own. It's going to be an amalgamation of groups and that with each of yous as well.
There's still one question, and it's just to get the really clarified in my own mind. Obviously, people can group a group can join, the likes of Yes Fountain Bridge can join, and then that presumably would be considered as a hub. Individuals can also join as well through the website. Once the individuals join, you're saying that you will give the details in terms of the email addresses of the individuals to the hub.
Yes.
What's the purpose? Now, no objection to that at all, but what is the purpose of the hub having the individual's email address?
So as you know who is going to be within your section, and if you have anything to relay to them regarding the organisation of your section, you've got the details there. So if, say, you wanted to meet at 15 minutes before, or if you wanted everybody to bring a salt tire, well, we're asking everybody to bring a salt tire anyway, but if there's anything specific to your group, it means that you've got their information should you need to relay anything to them. Certainly even for where you're going to meet, what time you're going to meet. And also we do already have a list of people who have volunteered as stewards, and we do also have the Yes First Aiders on board. But there may be people that are, in addition, you may wish to email out to see if you require more stewards. So it's to give you all the tools that you need to ensure that you can make your section as productive and that is possible.
Yeah, you've kind of almost answered to the next question in a sense, but my understanding of it really is that once you're established as a hub and you're given a particular section, then it's up to you as you would nominate within that hub probably one person as the person of contact within that hub.
Yes.
That person has then got the responsibility of contacting the individuals to say, this is, I mean, obviously the individuals can decide they can go themselves, that's clear. But if they want to be part of the group, is to say what the intention is, we're all intending to gather at this particular place at this particular time. But also, and I think quite importantly, it would also be our responsibility to ask them if they've got any impediment in terms of, or if they require any assistance, and to feed that back to yourselves if that is the case. Am I right there? Yeah.
That's
right. Yeah.
Sorry, you want to take this?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. We're trying to make it as feasible for everybody to attend, and again, that's one of the reasons why I'm going to go down and walk some of the sections myself. If you, Simon, say for instance, you are on say section 6, and you're going on to A, B, C, D, or E. If you're on one of them and you know that area like the back of your hand, you can come back and say, right, Judith, on that area there's a wee bit that's a bit of an incline, and it might not be suitable for X, Y, and Z. Now, the idea is that, for instance, if somebody's going to the entrance point, and the entrance point is more accessible for somebody who's less abled, we are obviously going to say, this area, this point between A to E, A is more accessible for people that's less abled. Let's get them into that section, and then we'll put people along the other areas. So it's really, really important we try and make it as inclusive for everybody to attend. For those that can't attend, I have got a wee plan.
Oh, we've already got the plan up.
We've got a wee plan. I've got a wee plan that might encompass something else later on down the line. But let's get the numbers first.
Yeah. And the question you answered, in a sense, was it's not up to the hubs to hire the stewards for their section or the first aiders for their section. That's done by yourselves.
We'll give you a list of the ones that we have, but certainly if you have ones as well that you know of, there's nothing stopping hubs, because the chain of freedom
anyway, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah. The chain of freedom, it's not just for the admin to organise, it's for everybody, everybody's chain of freedom, and it's each individual to try and assist in making this as successful as possible. And if as a hub you say, well, okay, Wilma's given me this list of stewards, but I know X, Y, and Z that are really good at stewarding, and they would do it as well. Go ahead with them. Yeah.
No, of course.
Yeah, we're just giving you a framework for you to sort of build the rest of your section on.
Yeah, but it's not as if it's a blank canvas and there are no stewards, no first aiders, and it's up to the hub to source them.
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
Our original...
that's not...
Sorry, our original form that went out actually asked if anyone was wanting to volunteer. The second one doesn't.
Yeah.
But the first one, so I do have a list of volunteers. I've got a list of volunteers for if people want transport, if people want to stay somewhere, if there's musicians. And in fact, Dean was speaking about that. And just as the chain breaks up, hopefully we could have some musicians all the way along and just strike up some good rousing Scottish tunes as the chain disperses. So certainly all that information is in one of my lovely multicoloured spreadsheets, and it is stored safely and passworded in the cloud.
She is a queen.
That's...
I thought I was bad, Simon, for spreadsheets, but no, she does beat me. There's absolutely no hands
okay.
down on this one.
Okay. That all sounds, but that was the bit that I was most interested in when I was talking to you last, was that there will be some responsibility in the hubs to actually do some work, and you've also got a free rein to add to the work that you're doing already within the small section. And it also seems to me that it's very important that if you are a hub in a certain section, that the very least you do is you go out and walk that distance of your section and get to know it very well a good bit prior to the actual event itself, so you can then feed back to yourselves, and so you can be updated and be fully informed as to what the entire chain the entire geography of the chain is.
That's actually a very good
That's,
idea.
that's actually
Yeah.
what we'd said. I know that there was a lot of the Yes cyclists
Uh-huh.
had said that they were willing to go along and do most of the route for us and feedback to us. And Gail McAteer had actually sent in some videos at the very start of the bowling area. So we've already got some footage, and there has been other people that's actually sent in some footage as well. But come nearer the time, Simon, it's going to be really quite imperative that we're aware of anything that changes, you know, throughout.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so yes, and as you know as well as I do, Scottish weather, you can have 4 seasons in one day. So, and I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah.
people saying, "Oh, why are you having in October because it's bad weather?" And I'm like, this is spring, and we had snow and hail.
I know. I know.
It makes
I know.
no difference,
I know.
you know. So
I know.
yes,
The best will in the world. You'll choose a time when it should be lovely and it'll be pouring with rain. You know, it's Scotland.
Yes,
you can't predict it.
And
You just
let's
can't.
be honest, we've got a bigger fight than getting soaked to the skin. And as my
That's right.
granda used to say,
That's right.
it only goes as deep as your skin.
Aye.
You know, and there's another wee saying out there: today's rain is tomorrow's whiskey. So let's keep the whiskey.
Well, true enough. True enough.
Or as the
Aye.
Kimberly Connolly said, there's not bad weather, there's only bad clothing. Yes.
No, right. Okay. That's a good way of looking at it. That's a good way of looking at it. But certainly from our point of view, what we would do for at least about 2-3 weeks before, we would look at where the point of entry is, go in through there, and then walk along that particular section that we would be part of the hub. The last question I've got is just because you said in any section there could be maybe 1 or 2 hubs. The group of individuals, do you divvy that up to give one hub a certain individuals and another hub another set of individuals? Because there might be a wee bit of confusion caused if the individuals are getting emails from 2 different hubs about the same section, and the 2 different hubs themselves might be. And again, the hubs should be coordinating so that this doesn't happen. You all arrive at one at the same time. Or would you imagine that the hubs themselves would get together? If there's more than one hub in one section, would you imagine that the hubs themselves would get together and nominate one person as a point of contact for both hubs?
Yeah, right. So that's a very valid point. Very valid point. So what we envision is, say for instance, we have got one section and we have got 5 hubs. And each of them hubs, you have got one point of contact. So, say for yourself, Simon, you're a point of contact for one of the hubs. Wolma might be another one. I might be another one. So, what will happen is emails will go out to these point of contacts. These point of contacts will then be given, with authorization from the other point of contacts, their information to contact them. You with me? So they can then link up to that one section. Okay, so therefore they're all talking with each other. Now the hubs. So the hubs for, say for instance, say one section is sectioned up into A, B, C, D, E, and F. We've got 6. We've got 6 points of contact. 6 points of contact will be given the same information for that area. However, they will also be given individual information for what the point of contact is for the entrance and exit for A, B, C, D, E, and F. Are you with me? And that means then it's up to that individual to then liaise with anybody else, especially to deal with stewards and first aiders. Okay, just for that one section. Are you with me?
Okay. Say for example, you've got in section A, and you've got 3 hubs.
Yes.
And you've got 8 individuals outside of those hubs. Would every hub, let's say you've got hub A, B, and C, would hub A get all 8 individuals' emails, hub B get all 8 individuals' emails, and hub C get them all? Or would your intention be to divide them up to say, well, hub A can have the responsibility of 3 of these, etc.? Do you see what I mean?
Right. The way that I envisage it is, so you've got 11. Say your section 11A, and there's A, B, C,
Yeah.
D, E, F, right? So your
Yeah.
section 11A, you're
Yeah.
roughly 1 mile length. You may share
Yeah.
that 1 mile length with 3 other hubs.
Mhm.
In my mind, your 3 hubs would get together and organise that one
Yeah.
section. And in fact,
Yeah.
it might actually
Yeah.
benefit you because, say, hub
Yeah.
number 1 doesn't know enough stewards, but hub number 2 or hub number 3 does.
It's got an overspill.
Yeah.
It's an overspill. So if that 3 hubs that are assigned to 11A join together as like a
Yeah.
almost amalgamated group, then
Yeah.
you can share knowledge, you can share sources,
Yep.
and also, depending on where you are, you may be able to share transport. It may be that the one further out can organise a couple of buses to pick up the ones nearer and the ones nearer, and then you share the costs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, the 3 hubs should be contacting each other well before this event, so as to introduce each other to our sort of sister and brother hubs.
Yes.
But all be agreed on a course of action prior to the date itself, and then that should be speaking as possibly to nominate one person, then to contact the individuals, as so there's only one point of contact for the individuals. I would have thought might be. I suppose different hubs will have different ways of dealing with it, but that might be one way of dealing with it to avoid any confusion on the part of the individuals as to why they're getting emails from X, Y, and Z as opposed to just one person. And that way it'd also mean that you've got one agreed course of action on the day, rather than several.
What would happen, Simon? Say, for instance, we have got. We'll just go back to that. Three hubs within one section, okay? So the 3 points of contacts within that section, there'd be, say, for instance, yourself, Wilma, and I. So the admin would send an email to us 3, asking permission to give their email out, so as you can contact each other and communicate with each other for that one section. If that comes back and says yes, that's absolutely fine. What we would do then is say, right, Simon, Wilma, Judith, introduce yourselves. You are in section 16A. In 16A, this is what we have got from our admin here. These are the links to people that we've already got. These are stewards who volunteered. We have got 17 stewards, 4 first aiders, points of call that can do air drones, etc., etc. So we will have all that in place, Simon. So therefore, then that's up to that 3 people to liaise with each other and see if there's any way that they can help each other to promote it, or indeed help each other to travel, all the logistics, etc. And it's up to them. They would then, again, the admin would then contact the 3 people, and they would say, right, guys, where are you at now with numbers? Because the numbers are the most important things. That's like gold dust to myself and Wilma at this stage. So it's just a case of that. So it's all about communication and keeping an open mind to get that going. What I can say is that there's lots of people coming back and saying, whilst I'm the only one that's registered on this, I have got 5 or 6 people coming with me. So for all the people that we've got registered, there's an accumulation of people coming with them. So that's absolutely good. So one person might actually be a group of 10. See what I'm saying? So therefore, even though one person's only registered, everybody else doesn't want to get the emails. That person has said, look, I'll do all that. I'll keep you all up to date, and that's brilliant, because we know that one person has got 10 people, and we have got all that information as per se.
Yeah, we've got that as well.
Yeah. So in a sense, once the hubs are contacted and assigned a section, then in a sense, it's kind of all systems go for those hubs to say, right, let's get together. Realistically, how many folk are coming from the hubs? Realistically, how many folk are coming from as individuals? And should we look, what's the likelihood? How many people are we likely to need for this section? And if it looks like we're fine in terms of numbers, then we're fine. If we're not fine in terms of numbers, then we should really be going out and actually trying to divvy up more people.
Correct, absolutely. And it's a two-way street as well, Simon. Whilst we're saying that we'll appoint, say for the individuals that's limit, It's also up to the Yes Hubs and the Yes Groups, the I Groups, whatever you are, to come back and say to us what section you would prefer, because we can then say, right, okay, then Lochaber has come back and says they want to go to section 6. Is that possible? Yes, let's put this into section 6. So all them that's already registered, and we've got plenty that's registered, but they haven't come back and said to us, this is the section that we would like to go to. So it's up to every individual, or that person that's registered that group, or that independence group, to come back and say, yes, can we get section 5, please? And that's yep, okay, we'll do our best to get that for you. So it's a two-way street. Whilst you guys are saying that we will appoint you guys, it's also up to you guys to keep in contact with us and say, is it possible for us to get X, Y, and Z?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. What we're
Yeah, that sounds fine,
now,
and that's for the sections. The subsections have still to be determined. Is that right?
That's yes.
and that should hopefully be
Fall
within
into place.
maybe within the next
4 weeks, 5
4
weeks.
or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
We've got Bill that's
Yeah.
working tirelessly away in the background just now, getting all the details of how the sections could be divided, depending as well on where you can and can't meet. Some of them are actually shorter. I've noticed that the ones that he has is actually like half a kilometre. But it's just down to the logistics and that of the places. But we really do need call out there to people. We need more hubs on board. We have 140, and there's a lot more hubs and yes groups and that out there than that. 140 of which we are waiting for approximately 40 to choose their sections. And we don't want to get to the stage where we are telling people what section they're getting. We would much rather that they choose.
Initially, yeah. Okay, well that's all the questions I've got for you. That's certainly. In actual fact, there were more questions I put to you just now than I did originally when I first spoke to you, because it's raised up other issues. But I've certainly got a much better. I've got a good idea of where things are standing as it is just now, and what the responsibility of the hubs are, which is good. And certainly us as Foundbridge are quite happy to take on board that in terms of what you're saying. Be very happy to do that.
That's fantastic, Simon, and thank you so much for volunteering to do this today.
No, not at all. No, it's been very useful for me too. It's been very good. Very good.
That is
Thank you, Simon.
Thank you.
Okay, right. Cheers then.
Speak to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, folks, I hope that some of that was Simon is just one individual that's come forward and asked us some questions, and that's why we thought that this would be a good idea for us to go live, because there's probably plenty of people out there got the similar questions and similar thoughts of how this is going to work. But we'll do this every so often.
Yes,
we'll get better at it.
We will, honest. We'll try. This is our first. Well, it's my first.
We'll get
Judith is seasoned to all of this stuff.
Yes,
but this is my first. But just to sort of let you know some of the other work in that we've been doing in the background, because it's sort of tireless what we're doing at the moment. We have sent out virtually hundreds of emails lately, and they are all to anybody that supports independence, because that's what we're trying to do. It doesn't matter what political party you're coming from, or if you're no political party at all. It is for independent supporters that we're doing this for, and everybody that we know and everybody that we've managed to find an email address for, whether they be MSP, MP, councillor, or we are having great fun just now trying to find some Scottish personalities and trying to get through their agents and inviting everybody to come along. We've already 14 councillors that have responded and the emails only went out the end of last week. And they are coming along not as their councillor, not as their party, but as an independent supporter, with their family, with their friends. And we are just asking them to spread the word through their colleagues, with leaflets, through their staff, and through anybody that they come into contact with. So we've done that with all of the emails. Anybody that has replied gets leaflets out to hopefully pin up in their workplaces. And yes,
I mean it is a mammoth task. We knew it was going to be a logistical challenge. I think that's a nice.
That's a good way of putting it. That's a very polite way of putting it, Judith.
But yes, we're getting through it, and you know what? We get a few laughs along the way, which
Just
makes
as well.
which makes it. And Wilma and I are quite seasoned in this organisation's malarkey. So yeah, we're getting there. And again, please, I mean, this is not just Wilma and myself. There are a team of people in behind us, and we can only but. Thank you
Yeah,
for
they're
them.
amazing.
That's everybody that does all work in the background, and it's fantastic. It is teamwork. Nobody's up there grandstanding our platform, and
No.
I don't believe in it. Never have done.
No.
Never will do. And therefore, we want the world to see that Scotland is still fighting really hard. It doesn't matter what's going on in the current situation just now. Let's get out there. Let's make sure this works. This could be a huge benefit for Scotland. Let us promote our Scottish canals. Let us promote Scotland. Oh. And I think it's about time. It's about time that everybody stop the bickering. Let's get this done. We just need to get it done. We need to enthuse people, bring along your families. It's like everything else. All the marches that we've gone on, what have you. This is something different. However, this can be groundbreaking for Scotland.
Oh, definitely.
And I don't care what platform you think that you may be on, or who you think you are, an echelon or whatever you are, or you think that you're high ranked. You're not.
No, we're all the same.
You're going to be holding hands with somebody alongside you, and you know what? Independence is bigger than any party or politician or councillor or head of a group. We've all got to be together to
or
get this
celebrity.
Yeah. Oh yes,
or celebrity.
We're not going to mention too much about the celebrities just now, but that can be.
But there's one or two that we're sort of hoping they're in the Inverness section.
Yes,
that's all I'm going to say.
Aye. We got Bagsies on them because obviously, you know,
there's got to be some perks.
So we are getting there, and thank you again for everybody's input. Yes, we're it's going to be a challenge, and it's getting better each day, and there is more momentum, and there's more people joining up, and that's fantastic. But if there's any questions, please come back. We'll try and answer as much as we can when we can.
Was there any questions through the chat? I don't think there's actually.
No, just lots of very interesting questions and answers. Excellent. Thank you. My wife, I'll have to put the specs on. Sorry.
While she's
putting on the goggles. My wife and I are going in October. Can't wait. Got our yes flags and raring to go.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Well done, Craig. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Christine says hi. Oh, there has been a wee
Phil saying hi, folks. Jane Loveland. We're at McMurray Music Festival all weekend, so we'll spread the word.
Oh, fantastic! Jane, if you've leaflets,
if you want leaflets, I'll drive on through to Elgin to give you them. Okay? So yeah, get in touch with me. Louise Freeman, evening, ladies. Hi there. Hi, Katrina. Thank you very much for calling in. Who else have we got? Phil.
Oh, Phil. Oh, yes, Phil. That's our Phil. Hi, Phil.
Phil is.
You've had a few shout-outs the day. Maybe we'll get you on a live at some point as well.
Yes. Phil is our fantastic man. He's battling every hour of every day with Google Maps and
the Google Man. The Google Man.
So thank you very much again. So Craig's come in there again. Christine McNaughton. Thank you, Christine. Lots of very interesting questions and answers. Thank you very much. And again, if anybody's got anything, please get back to us. Don't hesitate. If one of the admins doesn't have the information at that point, we'll gather the information. We'll get as much information to you. Yep. But again, get out there, get the word spread, and let's get this done.
Please don't feel that you've got to sit back and let everybody else do it. This is all our chain of freedom. If you have a contact that you know, it's radio, press, celebrity, a personality,
let us know.
Councillors,
we'll contact them.
Anybody, either contact us and we'll do it on your behalf, or if you feel that you can do that, spread the word and you contact them. Give them our leaflets, ask them if they can come along, and please, we have got 10,000 followers through social media, and unfortunately only half of you have registered to a link. We need you to register so as we can get you into that link, because we don't want to have to start divvying it up by alphabetical order according to your surname, because that would just be a nightmare.
Can you imagine the mix?
Oh, shapers.
Can you imagine the mix?
Aye.
Right then, folks, we're just going to close off now. But thank you very much for tuning in. Please spread the word,
Yep.
share it to all your rare scoops, and again, just keep us going. We are the Freedom.
Yes.
Chain of Freedom Scotland. So
Don't
let's get
be
it
the
done.
missing link.
Do not be the missing link.
And make Bruce proud.
Yes,
Yes, I was so delighted when I found that little fact. The 1322 battle was one of the independence battles that Bruce won against King Edward, and it was one of the deciding ones in the
It's a good
battles
date.
of independence. So it's a good date, 14th of October. So yeah, let's show them. Let's
Okay.
make Bruce proud.
Right, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thanks for tuning
Good night.
in. Take
Thank you.
care.
Bye.
Bye.